Hey, greetings, creepers. This is Dr. Leech, the Leech Doctor from Dailynightmare.com, and I got another package in the mail, so I'm going to be unboxing it, and I think I'm going to talk a little bit more about just the joy of nostalgia and not putting stuff off. In here is some magazines I got from an auction. There's a fantastic collectibles store not too far away. It's called Back to the Past, and it's like a warehouse for comic books, sure, but not just comic books. They've also got movie collectibles and all sorts of other fun things. And I heard that they had started having auctions, not just on eBay, but like live, I'll take one auctions, which are, there's just a great sense of pageantry and fun about that. There was an auction last Saturday, which is only 3 or 4 days ago, and they had various things. And frankly, I'm not a big Silver Age comic kind of guy. When things cost, $10 a piece, I don't know if I want to be reading those. But what I was struck by something else that was sprinkled through their catalog for this particular auction, and that was issues of 2 magazines from my childhood. One was Creepy and one was Eerie, both published by Warren Publications. And I have great fond memories of never reading these magazines. When I was a kid, they always had them at Jason's. That was the name of the drugstore on the corner. Well, around the corner there. And it seems like I was never in there without my mother. And that was just, and it was not, and it was best if you just sort of avoided the whole magazine rack, because man, there was a whole lot of questionable things that I just, she didn't approve of. And the Warren Publications, those were just fantastically things she just wouldn't have understood. There was Creepy. I think that came first. I'll have links to with the actual dates. Then it was followed up by Eerie. I believe they also did Vampirella, which was so beyond the pale because that was both sex and horror. No way was I going to be allowed to read that kind of stuff. And I remember a cover, and I think it was to Creepy, and it was a Christmas issue, and it was a Santa Claus, this demented Santa Claus, standing on top of a roof with this like bloody hatchet, and he was getting ready to climb down the chimney, and there was this scantily clad young lady sprawled on the in the living room floor. This is how I recall, and of course that's looking back now 50 years, 45 years. That could be not at all what that cover was, but boy, that was interesting, because I mean that was when I was just starting not to believe in Santa Claus, and this was certainly presenting other possibilities to the holidays. Anyways, they at this auction, I was not able to show up in person, just due to a million other things we were doing that day. But they also did something online, so I was able to participate online and bid a little bit on these. I ended up spending, I think I figured out with all costs in like about $4 or $5 an issue, and I figure even if I bought a brand new magazine, I'd easily spend $4 or $5. Oh, I should show you this. The cool thing about both Eerie and Creepy is that they've been reprinted by Dark Horse Press in these nice hardbounds, and I got a couple of these used because I'm cheap. Did I mention that? I never like paying full price for anything. The list price is like $50 a piece, and I certainly did not pay that for these. They are nice editions of the black and white comic. Having said that, so I have both the first of the Creepy and Eerie. I mean, there were hundreds of these of episodes, so I knew I was not going to be able to afford all of the hardbound copies. Nor do I think I actually need those or want those. But when I had the chance to actually get pieces of the old print thing itself, I jumped at the chance. And I didn't spend too much money, but and I also was really impressed at how quickly this came. I'm going to start cutting now. I'm just like that old demented Santa Claus myself here, aren't I? Yeah, I was impressed at how smooth the whole transaction was. You always hear jokes about auctions where you end up buying something you didn't really want. Anyways, so this is my invoice. Yes, of course. And I should have, I think I have like 20 of them here. I won 4 of the lots. There were like, it seems like there was 10 lots. Some people with, I think some people actually collect this and actually know which ones they need and which ones they want and that kind of thing. And that's totally not what I was doing. I was going for cheap. There is, oh, nicely packed. Let us see. And this first lot is, it appears to be a bunch of Eerie's. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. This, I know online there's someone who has scanned in the covers to all of the entire runs of Creepy and Eerie, and I will put that in the show notes as well. But I will give you just a taste of what some of these things are. That's sure to be, that's a Frank Frazetta or Frazetta inspired. Nice little gothic thing, something jumping out of the... Oh, are these sequential to 69, 71, 72? Nice. Cool. Dracula's Children Alive. So I gotta leaf through one of these. Oh, yes! So one of the other things that just is so evocative of the past are these ads in the back. Oh, and the smell. There's a smell. I don't know what it is. It's that sort of it's the old newsprint smell. I think you used to be able to smell it by the newspaper pressing plant in town. It smells like, it's almost like a fruity kind of smell of pulp newspaper. And yes, these are of course yellowing with age, but these came out in criminy. There's a date on here someplace. Oh, 78. Wow. You could buy Star Wars pillowcases. And I'm a sucker for black and white comics. They were always my favorite. The independent comics, especially because the stuff you can do with tone and shadow. If you can't describe a form with tone and shadow and light, you may want to rethink being an artist, frankly. I just love the oh yeah, different styles, cross hatching, and Star Wars models. That was sort of big back then, as I recall. Let's look and see the other ones, because I don't imagine that would be good television watching me read a book. This is another lot of 5 of them. Let me just show you. Eerie, Uncle Eerie, no, it was Cousin Eerie. That was this dude up in the corner. Cousin Eerie and Uncle Creepy, I think it was. When I find a Creepy, I will show you. So they were mixed together. I bet some folks only collect Creepy, some folks only collect Eerie. Oh, this one is Eerie 100. And I would give, so I spent like $5 a piece on these. They originally cost $1.75 in 1978, so that, or it's 1980. So the inflation rate, can I do I can't do the calculations. But I bet I still think I'm getting a good deal on these. I don't know if I'm going to be buying all 100 of any of these. Oh, here we go. Here's a Creepy. And I think that was Uncle Creepy. Is that showing? He had this nice tall forehead with long, stringy hair, the flaxen hair. I believe somebody is releasing licensed full head masks of Creepy, of Uncle Creepy, and maybe Eerie Ernie or whatever his name was. This is a special Halloween issue. Wow. Can you get any better than a horror magazine having a special Halloween episode? Another big creature. A Monster with Another Creature, Slaughterhouse. I think another difference between the two magazines is I think Eerie had more serials, had stories that spanned more than one issue, and Creepy had more standalone issues. I may be entirely wrong, and if I am, please comment. Say bad things about me in the comments. Creepy. Nice. Oh, look at this one. This has a more modern feel, frankly. But, anyways, these are all, I know, someone I'm sure is going to tell me, oh, you got totally scammed. Those are only worth $2 a piece. Well, I suppose if you were collecting and you knew the actual value of them, where I'm talking about what the value to me is. This is like a time travel. It's like I was able to get in, because to me, these magazines were entirely lost. These were things I saw in my wee little childhood. I mean, I was young and very impressionable when I first saw these covers. Never saw the inside of the magazine back when I was a youngin'. No. I really didn't read comic books until late high school. Actually, when I'd gone away to college. That's not entirely true. I remember my cousin of mine had this big box of, it'd be like Silver Age comics that, had been well thumbed and had the covers all torn off. And it was way fun reading them, except a lot of those were continuing stories, and I didn't actually know whatever happened to Submariner or whatever the character was. Anyways, more Eerie. Like I said, this is an exhortation, if you will, to just do it. Just like you probably have things in your life that you've always wanted to do. Like, is it driving a special car? Is it going to some place? Is it wearing a certain kind of thing? Is it doing something? Check it out. See if it's possible to do that. Look on YouTube. There's probably someone who has made a video about doing the exact thing that you want to do. I know one thing I really want to do is contact juggling. You know, those things where you go... ever since I was a kid and I saw, David Bowie as the Goblin King, I wanted to do that too. And so I think, wouldn't that be a fitting tribute if we all learned how to contact juggle just like the Goblin King? I'll have a post, I'm sure, about my my humorously bad attempts at trying to contact juggle. Anyways, there might be something like that of yours. There might be something that you missed as a child that, it's never too late to have a happy childhood. That's what the theme of this post is. That's what I'm going to call this post. That's what I will have emblazoned on the t-shirt that I make about this post. Anyways, I'm not going to make a t-shirt about this post. Oh. Well, and the other wonderful thing about this was that you had to wait a whole month before you saw a new issue. And I did notice when issues were coming out. Oh, Fangoria, that was another magazine that I never was able to look at or touch. Amazing Monsters of Filmland. I remember seeing that. It seemed a little talky, but again, a classic thing. I think what was so lovely about Creepy and Eerie is that how forbidden they were. Anyways, it could be that I totally got scalped. Maybe these are worth 50 cents a piece, and you can find them in the cutout bin. Well, I certainly haven't. I certainly have never seen these before. Well, I've never actually seen physical copies of them. I will be spending the rest of this very snowy afternoon reading and perusing, and maybe drinking a Red Pop and eating those cheese curls. Do you remember cheese curls that got that orange stuff all over your fingers? I mean, that's two things I remember from childhood. Red Pop. Faygo Red Pop. Do you have to be like from Detroit to remember Faygo? Or I see an Insane Clown Posse fan. Anyways, that's a whole nother post. Eerie, Creepy, and recapturing your childhood. Like I said, it's never too late to have a happy childhood. Go forth. And until the next time, peace.